and Paddock Race Show for episode 14. NASCAR went to Talledega for the War of Northern Aggression 500. That's right. Northern Aggression. That's what they told me.
Did they teach you that in middle school?
Not here. I'm sure they
You
did
didn't go
there.
to California school, did you? Hey, we're finally talking about ARCA. Like, people actually watch the ARCA race.
More people than have ever watched the ARCA race, probably.
Yes, because we had Cletus. What's his name? McFarlane?
Cletus McFarlane.
Cletus McFarlane was in the Talladega ARCA, however many laps they do, like 20.
Got a top 10, too.
He did. That was impressive.
On 7 cylinders.
Yeah, he had a broken, one of his valves was completely broken in half.
ARCA field is so talented, you can finish top 10 minus a cylinder.
That's the draft. They're like, just stay in the draft and you won't fall back, and he did.
Good.
So ARCA race, what is the ARCA, like 100 miles race?
Yeah, I think
like it's
so.
pretty small, and they had a scheduled race break? Like what? But why do you need a scheduled race break at 100 miles? Do they get a cookie and a nap too? Jeez, when did NASCAR become such a bunch of pussies?
That's when one of the moms, she'll bring orange slices for everyone. They can just, relax for a minute. It gets tiring out there.
Yeah. Oh,
It was,
to get a
like
Capri Sun?
Yeah, it's like a soccer game. A little breather.
I actually watched that race live. I don't think I've ever watched an ARCA race live, except maybe when we were physically at the racetrack. And even then, I didn't pay attention. But man, I did not realize how tall Cletus is. Like, he barely fits in that car.
He's a pretty tall guy.
He looks like he's in a third grade desk working on his GED.
Oh, well, he's already in the top 1% of Alabama if he's doing that. Oh.
Way to go, Cletus.
Well, he got a top 10, and I don't know anyone else in the ARCA series, and I don't really care.
Wasn't there some guy, like, Johnny Danger or McLovin or somebody had a weird name like that?
There's always an interesting cast of characters. Just random guy off the street who found an old cup car from 1974 and is like, yeah, let's go.
So wait, you don't really need a lot of qualifications to race ARCA?
It doesn't seem like it normally. They're usually pretty rough, and there's usually some pretty stupid wrecks in the middle of the race, but this one was actually fairly clean.
I kind of thought it was like mostly like 14-year-olds who want to be in the cup and 60-year-olds who always wanted to race and now they have some money.
The 14-year-olds all have the good equipment because it's like Gibbs and stuff that are putting them in the race just for experience. So they usually win. Saturday was also the Busch Series race. Was it Austin Hill that got the win?
His first Talladega win.
That's right. It's a super speedway.
Yeah.
He wins every race at Atlanta and Daytona, it seems like. And I didn't realize he hadn't won at Talladega. It seems like he just wins every single super speedway race.
I think he was in third on the last lap.
It was
third or fourth.
Yeah, he was. When Jesse Love booted Connor Zilic into the wall on the last lap there, and I think that ended the race.
I couldn't tell. Was it Love's fault? Did he just boot Zilic, or did Zilic kind of move in front of him, got himself booted?
We'll say it's one of those racing deals.
It's a racing deal.
When no one wants to admit fault or anything, it's like, yeah, it's one of those racing deals. Jeb Burton ended up crying and embarrassing the gender.
Oh, Jeb. Dude, you're on TV, man. You gotta save those tears for your boyfriend. You can't cry. It's NASCAR. I mean, come on. It's not lacrosse.
I don't know. He has wins before. I don't know why are we so emotional about Talladega? I don't know.
He will never live that down. Catherine Legg was in the race, and she kept her crash streak alive by crashing in this one also.
Man, so maybe it is or is not her fault all the time, but it's kind of a pattern.
I mean, her sponsor, Elf, the cosmetics company, that could be like a tagline. Hey, is your face a wreck? Use Elf, and you're right back in the race.
I hope not, but that would be kind of funny. Just clips of crashes. The thing I did like about the Busch race was it was nice to see some actual passing at speed during the race.
Yeah.
They could open up the third lane and go around each other, where not so much for Cup.
You know what? Busch Series has been more entertaining this year
It really has.
than Cup. That just cemented my decision to get tickets for the Busch race in November and not the Cup race.
Yes, plus less people to deal with.
Oh man. I mean, we had to walk for the Busch race, but the Cup race, the one we went to the year before, I don't know. I think Daniel Boone was out there leading the way.
You could hike over 6 miles of desert to get down to
Yeah.
the parking lots.
Through the Donner Pass.
We're gonna have to camp out for the night.
Yeah,
I didn't bring food. We're gonna have to. Someone's gonna have to sacrifice.
we'll make it back to the truck tomorrow.
Well, on Sunday, the Fords worked together for an underwhelming win, with Cindric leading Priest to the line. But once again, not so fast, says NASCAR. Priest and Joey Baby were later disqualified for messing around with their spoiler, which gave second to Kyle Larson and third to Lucky Lord Byron.
Lucky Lord Byron.
Just inching his way up there any way possible. He's gonna probably be leading the points somehow by the end of another couple weeks.
He's like the Scott Dixon of NASCAR.
He's always lurking.
But again, with the post-race DQs, there seems to be a rash of DQs, not just NASCAR. Formula One's had a bunch of DQs. Not IndyCar, though. You only get DQ'd if you're not a Penske car.
That's true. Until someone actually notices later and they go like, oh, oops.
Oh, sorry, but somebody will be suspended for a race. Tell me though, yeah, would Joey Baby have kept his place if Penske owned NASCAR instead of IndyCar?
I don't know. Penske says no comment.
Rogers says, shut the F up.
Yeah, Roger's just non-existent for comment most of the time anyways. Saw a lot of people were disappointed with none of the last lap carnage this time.
The only big one was Catherine Lake's race suit. No. I could not come up with a good joke for big one. The only big one was AJ Foyt's hot dog. I don't know. Like literal hot dog. I wasn't. No.
Oh, that could be misconstrued.
Don't give me a banner, YouTube. Yeah, it wasn't a real exciting Cup race. I kind of felt like I was sitting on a freeway bridge just watching cars go by for 2 hours. And every once in a while something would happen.
I saw a clip comparing the last 3 laps of the Busch race to the Cup race. The Cup race, they're side by side, double file line, no passing the entire time. In the Busch race, there's guys going up to the third lane, trying to work around, guys dropping, making a fourth lane, all sorts of movement. It's just once again, the Busch Series is more exciting than the Cup Series this year.
It's just what's going to happen to Formula One next year with the 50-50 engines. The F2 race is going to be better than the F1 race.
Are they going to slow down F2 when they're going faster than Formula One?
There's a real worry that F2 might be faster.
Yeah. Well, a few interesting things happened. A few. Lap 44, Brad Keselowski outbroke himself, and he took out Kyle Busch and, I don't know, a couple other drivers. That was probably the biggest one of the day, I would guess, and it happened on pit road.
The big one trying to get to the pits.
Not really whole lot of damage, just cars spinning all out over the place.
Usually that's like an hors d'oeuvre for Talledega. Oh, it's just the boringest Talledega ending I've seen.
I was expecting, those last 20 laps that take 2 hours to finish because we have to keep restarting the race and cleaning up. Nope.
That's the only thing that makes restrictor plate racing worth it. Otherwise, who would want to sit there and watch them all run around in formation for 2 hours?
Especially when they're saving fuel the whole time.
Yeah.
Lap 52 is when Bell and Busher bang the wall. Sounds like an adult film.
It did. You know what? He did hit head on pretty hard. It made me think of Dale Earnhardt's hit, the one that he
was
didn't survive.
Yeah, that's... Luckily, he had the Hans device, and they have the safer barrier. Did you see it? How much it flaxed when he hit it head on?
Yeah, neither one of those things were in existence when Dale Earnhardt got killed.
And he seemed perfectly fine after.
Yeah.
So that's good. Kyle Larson actually led some laps at a restrictor plate track and won the first stage, which was, I think, the first time he's ever won a stage at a restrictor plate race.
Big day for Kyle.
Did you see when they cut up to the spotter stand and they were showing the like the IndyCar helmet cam, but for a spotter? They had like
really?
It was like a spotter view from up. I'm like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing here? It's just like a camera on the spotter's hat, trying to tell us. I don't know what they were trying to show us. How big the track is, how tough it is to see the backstretch. I don't know. That's why they have binoculars.
What it looks like when you get free tickets.
Yeah, I don't know. The seats suck. There's no shade up here. I don't know.
I could see the spotters having like, you know, one eye with a screen where they can see from their driver's cam, and then the other eye they can see the track.
That would, I don't, most of the time, you know, they've got a little scoring thing or timing, and I don't know what they do up there, but they seem to do just fine at their job.
I thought a good highlight was lap 110 when Larson tried to use another guy's box, just like Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
That was completely consensual.
Yeah.
And as you can see from this affidavit that was signed, everyone agrees.
Everyone agrees. Completely consensual. That was right during the Me Too movement.
Did you see lap 113 when there was...
I forget the driver.
I don't remember.
McDowell? I think it might have been McDowell.
Was it?
Yeah.
Doing the double Lutz triple countdown, leaving the pits?
Yeah, he got on some water that...
Oh, that's right. There's like a
little bit of water.
Theme that was wet and just bit it hard.
But he's like, I'm okay, still rolling. And you know what? Fox never did a replay on that. I wanted to see a replay.
No. Some more Fox failings. Stage 2 during the pit cycle. Hocevar tried to get his tire man killed by Josh Berry. That was interesting.
Oh. Our highly placed sources say that the tire man's wife had taken out a $2 million life insurance policy on him just days before the race.
Oh, that's fishy. Interesting. Interesting how that worked out. I think it was right after stage 2 when Joey Logano had his obscenity-filled radio rant. Did you hear that?
The Joey baby rant?
Swearing about Austin Cindric not helping him. Instead, he helped, I think, Bubba Wallace push to the stage win. Just went off.
Why did you help the other team win?
And I'm like, hey, man, it's just a stage. It's not the end of the race. But then, looking at the replay, it looked kind of like if he would have stayed behind Joey, he probably would have turned him. He had too much momentum. Maybe Joey watched the replay later and figured that out, but I don't know. That was probably the highlight of the race, I think.
Joey's rant.
Yeah, that's kind of sad when that was the most interesting thing that happened. Then we come down to, I think it's like about 14 laps to go. We're live. We've been on a green flag run the entire time. Fox decides to go to commercial with 14 laps to go.
The little live action box on the side, that doesn't help.
No, they cut the commercial. I'm like, okay, that's a bit late, but let's push through. Here we go. They probably won't do one with 10 laps to go. Oh no, 9 laps to go. We're going to do another commercial. Until 5 laps to go. Just a full commercial at Talledega when everything happens.
Can I just pay like $5 and skip all the commercials for live streaming or something?
Jeez, I would love to. I wish I could just get a NASCAR TV app and pay yearly for it and not have to worry about getting cable or 15 different services to watch all the NASCAR things.
Yeah. My only option now is to record it and watch it later.
That's what I do now, because I just don't have the patience to deal with ridiculous commercials.
I was sure those last 2 laps we were going to see a wreck because Larson was pushing Cindric on the inside. Like he could have just gave it a little bit more and spun Cindric and went to the win, and he didn't do it.
He was right there. I think he was just happy to get a top 5 at one of these tracks, because it seems like he's crashed out at every single one. And everyone was just side by side. If anyone had tried to make a third lane at all, whoever pulls out just drops like a rock to the back of the field. They just can't. These cars can't get out of line and make that third line. They're just too much drag on them or something. It just.
I've heard a lot of complaining about this generation car.
Short tracks, super speedways. It ended up being the longest green flag run at a super speedway since Daytona 2004, which is kind of impressive.
I didn't notice. Did Priest cry when he came in second?
I don't know.
I didn't see any tears.
No?
He must have held him back.
Is it because they knew he was going to get disqualified and end up finishing 38th?
Who cares anyway?
Yeah.
Well, then might as well go on a profanity-filled rant if that's going to happen to you.
Yeah, this isn't Formula One. You can actually say that stuff on the radio if you want to.
Why? So Logano had a loose bolt on his wing, and that was enough to take him. So what is the advantage of having a loose bolt on your wing that you get disqualified for it? Does it make it like a flexi wing? Like
I think it starts to flex the wing once that piece leaves, so it kind of lays it down a little bit.
You get a little less drag.
Yeah. And so, well,
then it becomes a McLaren.
Yeah. So he's off to his worst start ever in his career after winning the championship.
I just want to do a shout out to Alabama for the Sasquatch diversity that they had. Did you see the 2 Sasquatches? One white, one brown?
Yes, they had representing all Sasquatches.
The brown one was later deported.
Yes. It is Alabama. They went right out.
Yeah.
Paint schemes this weekend. There were some actual different ones, and not too bad. Speaking of Sasquatches, I enjoyed the number 42 plaid Sasquatch scheme. Did you see that one?
That was kind of cool.
I thought that was interesting.
It was like Scottish Sasquatch. I went with the number 78 Pigeon Forge roller coaster car because I've been to Pigeon Forge and been on a roller coaster there.
Oh, interesting.
Actually, they call them like an alpine coaster, but anyway, you're just kind of coming down a hill.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out, like, what is this and why are they sponsoring? What is a Pigeon Forge roller coaster?
I am shocked that the Pigeon Forge roller coaster company could afford to sponsor. And Pigeon Forge is up in Tennessee anyway, so I don't know. Maybe they're spreading out. Maybe they have a Pigeon Forge roller coaster in Alabama now.
Oh, well, good for them.
But yeah, Pigeon Forge is like a place to avoid when you go to Tennessee. It's like one big, as seen on TV commercial.
Oh, sounds great.
It's like a combination of as seen on TV and, the cluttery crap that grandmas want, and
just full of knick-knack stores on the...
Yeah, everything you can imagine, from t-shirts to, those little macrame things that go over the extra roll of toilet paper.
Oh, you do need a variety of those, just for, depending on the season and or holiday.
Yeah.
And places to store them.
Switch it out for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas, Thanksgiving one, you got your Earth Day one, every holiday.
For Earth Day, you just use the bidet.
Anyway, on to some bad schemes. My least favorite was the Wendy's Acid Trip Frosty scheme. That was surprising.
They put like a mushroom in the Frosty and then that's what you see?
I think so. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll try it if that's...
if it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ditto on that one. The worst one was the Wendy's Acid Trip car. So I went with the number one jockey car. Like, if you're gonna do the USA flag on a car, you got to do a lot better job than that. That was a really terrible paint scheme to put USA flag on.
The jockey scheme.
Trump would not approve.
They did release the plans for the All-Star race this year, the new format, which I believe every year they just come up with a new format, because why the hell not? We're going to have, it's going to be 250 laps this year instead of 200. They're going to have a break on lap 100, obviously for the orange slices.
And Capri Sun.
And Capri Sun. Maybe a high C. We don't know yet. We're not sure. It's also going to include a promoter's caution, which the track owner can throw one caution whenever they want for any reason. Maybe they're bored or the race is boring. They can just throw a caution.
Or a non-popular driver takes the lead.
Yeah.
Caution.
Or the race is about to end and some idiot's leading and we're bored. So here's a caution. You know, like they do now, but they just say debris.
Debris.
Yeah.
We used to call that the Dale Jr.'s about to go a lap down caution.
Yes. The Dale Jr. is about to go a lap down caution, which he has acknowledged on his show. Or no, people on his show have acknowledged the... And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, everyone knows. It's cool.
So here at the Pit and Paddock Race Show, we came up with our own top 5 recommendations for the All-Star race. Number 5, grid placement by number of social media subscribers. Right? So, legacy media's dying a slow and painful death. I think it's time to embrace the future.
So every driver interview is going to have the please click subscribe, maybe smash that like button.
Yeah.
Maybe the little pop-up can come up on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're watching on your device, you can just tap that bell.
Smash that like button.
I'm pretty sure Cletus McFarland would be starting in first place if they did that.
Yes. Yeah, put him in the cup race. He's got the most followers. Is he ready for it? No, not at all, but it would be fun. Put the camera in the car. Let's go.
We have like 6 cameras around that car because it's going to be interesting.
Actually, give him more horsepower just for fun. Number 4, blue turtle shells. You can pick up a blue turtle shell during the race.
You get like a boost?
That's the one that takes out the leader.
Oh, okay.
In Mario Kart. The blue turtle shell.
Which one gives you like a boost?
What is that one? The star?
Star gives you a boost.
I think so.
There was another one I played with the kids on Xbox, where it was like a racing game, kind of like Mario Kart, and you could run over a gas can and it would say extreme gas, and then you go really fast, and then the kids would laugh because it's extreme gas.
It's kind of like how Formula E has the super boost area that they run over, and it makes the car go faster for like 4 seconds or something. That's a real thing that they have in Formula E. Good for them.
Does it charge the battery too when they go over it?
No.
Okay, number 3, just put everyone in a drift car.
I like it. Loose. Very loose. The car is very loose.
Yeah, something different. Rally car, drift car, just put them in a different car.
We're going to be running Indy cars around North Wilkesboro today. Oh, God.
I would pay money to see that.
Number 2, the Penske Special Unlimited Push-to-Pass button is included in every vehicle.
At least Joey Babies.
Plus his special spoiler.
They're going to rename it the New Garden button. And number 1, every driver must put their drunkest fan at the race in the passenger seat while they drive around. With a camera and a mic.
Oh, yeah. And have to deal with all consequences.
Yeah. Can I shift? Hey, can I shift for you?
Don't.
Where's the R?
I'm not feeling so good. No. Don't. Out the window.
Hey, the honorable mention is you get a case of moonshine next to you in the car, and you get extra points for every jar that doesn't break at the end.
You got to put it in the trunk.
Yeah.
And you get so many points. I like it.
Going back to the roots.
The Junior Johnson rule there.
Yeah.
I read that it was revealed that NASCAR offered to get rid of the rule book for the All-Star race this year and allow the teams to do whatever they want with the car as long as it passes safety standards. But the teams declined the offer because they hate fun, and everyone would think that was too awesome, I guess. I don't know.
I'd go so Mad Max with that one.
Like, if they just go, like, okay, as long as safety standards, bring it, and you can drive it on the track.
Oh, like Indy 500 used to be a long time ago? Build your own car?
But, you know, the teams, the haters of fun, it's too expensive. We need to, like, you know, spend money on this shock. $2 million making these shocks correct for
we need
something.
that money to pay the lawyers for the lawsuit against them. Man, come on, you guys, you're struggling for a young crowd. Do something.
How interesting would that have been? Just, you got guys like weird different spoilers on the car type of a thing. Man, would have been, I think that would have been really cool to see what they could come up with if you take all the stock away and let them do what they want.
The All-Star Innovation Race.
Yeah, someone comes in with a 1200 horsepower
jet-powered car.
Yeah.
Take that one from Indy from the 60s and put it in a stock car.
See what that does. I'm sure the $1 million payout wouldn't quite cover whatever the amount of cash they would throw into it. But that's not my problem. I just want to be entertained. I don't care what the teams are. I don't care if anyone's losing money as long as it's not me.
I'm not watching this series to care about how your bottom line is. I just want to call out the fact that there's too many Toyotas in NASCAR. Like, I know they say Toyotas are built in America, but saying Toyota's an American brand is like calling your brother-in-law a family member. I mean, right? They're in the family pick, but you always put them at the edge so you can cut them out after they divorce your sister. It's not like they're a real member of the family.
Yeah, you just kind of put up with them.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when Honda gets into NASCAR?
Oh, no.
Or maybe Dodge will come back. That was the rumor next year for trucks.
Yeah. Get rid of the Toyotas and bring Dodge back. And then they can be the slow car at the back all the time. Like the...
That's why they left.
Who was it? Was it Lotus?
Oh, Lotus, when they came in a year and were just...
IndyCar, and their cars were so much slower.
They were like 8 miles off the pace in the 500, and they just went, we're leaving.
Yeah, this is hard.
We're going back to Formula One, where we can just pay to have our name on a good engine.
Not have to actually build anything.
Coming up next for NASCAR, we're heading to Texas for the Deportation 500, I believe.
That's a 500?
I think it's a 500. Well, it's Texas. I hope it's a 400, actually. Man, what a streak of terrible NASCAR races we're looking at.
Well, wait, this isn't a super speedway, is it? Does Texas count? Or Texas count as more of a mile and a half?
It's a mile and a half, but it is
super banked, right?
Historically one of the most boring tracks. Maybe it'll be better. I don't know. We're on a bit of a tough run for NASCAR these last 5 weeks.
Maybe they should just not have any races for a while, like IndyCar.
Can we run at Arlington?
Yeah.